Yeah, my favorite map. Let's see what we can do here. Look at there, guy right there. And I just recently switched to the MTAR, which I have used a lot at the beginning of Battlefield 4. Then I dropped it to try other weapons, and there we go. You always get very, very nice claymore kills in this map for sure. Yeah, I dropped the MTAR, went with some other weapons. I wasn't really so happy with the MTAR anymore, but they made so many adjustments to the weapons in the meantime in those many months that I was like, I got shot a few times with it, and I was like, hey, you know what? Maybe the weapon's gotten better. Give it another try. I don't remember anymore why I didn't like it. Or why I got tired of it. I actually must have liked it because this is my third most used gun in this game, and so I don't know, it has advantages and disadvantages. You can see it does wonderfully out of the hip and it's super fast, but I feel like very rarely can I get two guys in a row with this gun. There's a lot of times because it's got it sprays quite a bit. It's got a wide spread. Depending on what kind of attachments you have, I've actually kind of tried a lot of different attachments here throughout those matches, and you may see different attachments here, from the silence, the muzzle brake, the compensator, all kinds of things I tried to see which one is best. Flash hider I think is not bad at all. I may actually use the flash hider right here, I'm not sure. Which makes the gun a little bit more sharp, if you know what I mean. I don't know if that's the right term. I'm not like a gun person, as you know, but it's just a game. So anyway, yeah, because you have a lot of times really wide spread, it takes more bullets to take someone down, and a lot of times you're like left with less than half the bullets, which a lot of times then when you have a couple enemies run at you, you want to take one out, you have to make this decision which one, the left or the right one. And so a lot of times I fail, and it has a lot to do with how skilled you are and so. I mean, if you're always going for headshots, you won't have any problems taking even 3 people out with the same magazine. But I love this gun right now because it is super fast, and a lot of times I win gunfights because my gun is faster than the opponent's gun. Obviously, besides if I shoot at their legs or something like that, I will lose out. But yeah, I'm back with the MTAR for now. I'm still trying all kinds of different weapons. I love just going into different matches and trying different things. And I tried the M4 lately, and I like it, but it's a very difficult weapon to use because it only has burst fire mode. So in many situations when you get surprised when you run around the corner, the burst fire mode, unless you accidentally just point at the right in the right direction, you actually lose because the other guy is just spraying down on you, and there's no chance, and you with the burst will always be much slower. But the cool thing about the burst fire mode is that your weapon will be much more accurate than if you spray. So the M4 is super accurate, probably compared to the M16. I don't know M16. I haven't used the M16 in a really long time. I think the M16 in Battlefield 3, which everyone loved so much and I didn't really care so much about, or it could have been even Battlefield Bad Company. Yeah, the M16 is very accurate because it only burst fire shots, and I don't know, like I said, I don't know, in Battlefield 3 it may have been like full auto, I'm not sure. But yesterday I had a match here on Soccer Dragon, and I don't usually like this map. It's my least favorite from the DLC, as you know when you have watched my other videos. It's because of this bridge and this ship in the water in between. It has high potential for spawn camping, and a lot of times you end up whether in the team that totally gets, it's not spawn camping, spawn trapping basically. Well, spawn camping could be the same, you know, could be happening at the same time. But spawn trapping here is super, super frequent. I've been in both sides. A lot of times I'm on the team that's actually being trapped. So you're like on this one flag and you get trapped and you can't get past this point. You can't get past that one flag because of the water and the bridge, which if the other team is super defensive, you can't get past them because you just have like a couple of LAVs going, a helicopter, snipers. You just can't get past. You can't get past the water. You can't get past the bridge. Then on the other hand, you're on a really good team. It can get just as boring because you have all 4 flags, or you even actually have all flags, and you end up just suppressing the enemy and pushing them farther and farther back to their spawn. And you that's when you don't get many kills anymore. You have like, you know, 2-3 front guys. They just take everyone out, and everyone, and you know, tries to also get some kills, try to get past those top guys. Kind of just sits there waiting for something to pop out their head and to take them down. And there's no more really action because the flags are all taken and the enemy can't get anywhere. So I find those matches, you know, the match where you get suppressed frustrating, and the match where you are super dominant compared to the other team, I also find those boring because you know, I usually just stick it out and stay in because I think you get punished if you leave too many matches or quit a match too early, which is good, you know. I mean, it's not good to always quit out on a match and just leave your team alone. You should stick it out and help out your team as much as you can. But those situations are usually just so, you know, I mean, you just know that there's nothing you can do. You just know. I mean, it's been very, very, very rare where it looked absolutely like there's nothing we could do. And then, you know, some guys managed to somehow sneak past everyone and get another flag. But a lot of times, even when you manage to sneak past all those enemies and you're only 1 or 2 guys, you can never do this alone, obviously, but you're only 1 or 2 guys, you quickly get hunted down, taken down, and then you're back to square one. So it's a lot of times looks pretty bad when you're in this situation. So, you know, some nights I have, you know, nothing but frustrating games, and I feel like, God, why am I still playing this game? You know, I mean, what am I doing? I should just play something else. But I don't know, there's something about Battlefield 4 that keeps me coming for more and keeps me coming back. And I just love this DLC, and I'm a huge fan of Propaganda. I don't know, Pro Market is still my absolute favorite one just because it's so super crazy, and I love the alleys and, you know, the city, the urban fighting. I mean, this is urban fighting too, but there's still a lot of open areas where when you cross this huge road here, you really expose yourself, and that can sometimes be pretty risky actually. There's a lot of snipers that you don't know of and stuff like that, but you know, when games are like this, you know, it's just like this huge back and forth, and it's very tight, you know. I mean, there's not much difference between you and the other team, and you know, at one point you're in the lead, at the other point of the time they're in the lead, and so here we have this huge fight. We're trying to keep them from coming through here, and I'm all by myself here. I don't have any help. I have them just coming all the same way, keep reviving and keep spawning, and eventually just get taken down. But I know they're still around the corner, but I also have them in front of me. So the thing is that I had to get used to in Xbox One versus Xbox 360 quickly is that you don't always have enemies just in front of you. I mean, on Xbox 360 it was so much easier to play because you always knew where the enemy was. There was not so many players, and you always kind of knew, you know, you just look forward and shoot. But right now here I'm looking at this one angle, and I know there's a bunch of enemies over there, but I also know that they're behind me. But I can only take out so many enemies at one point. And so you just have to always make sure you have your back against a wall or against something, against a container or something like that. And here we go. and I know they're still back there, but I'm actually not worried about it right now. And when it gets kind of iffy is when you just have so many enemies that you don't know anymore which group to focus on, and it's very important to just kind of say, hey, I'm just going to focus on this one corner and try to take out all those and just kind of ignore what's around me. But obviously you can only do this when you have good protection, and it's very crucial that you have, you know, your back protected. And I'm not saying that I'm here, they're coming, all of them again, and I know they have still had a spawn beacon back there, but yeah, it was a great match. And you know, all those matches, those were all highlights I showed here, just matches I had fun, and I just, you know, wanted to show how much fun you actually can have with the MTAR if you're just tired of the gun you're using and you want to try something new. If you haven't used MTAR yet, give it a try different attachments. It's a super gun. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope to see you next time. Take care.